what would they call it, the pyramid scheme of things.
Right.
But
Everything's a pyramid scheme,
but
man.
everything's a pyramid.
Insurances,
You have everybody's at the top and somebody's clamoring for something at the bottom, and that's just the way that's the way the world works.
Right.
You know, my brokerage, even as an independent real estate agent, my brokerage takes a percentage of every deal that I do with Keller Williams. I can
Right.
cap on that, and at the end of the year, I've still paid them $30,000 just to be there.
Right.
You know, from my efforts that they had little or nothing to do with.
Right. To have their business name on your business card and
Exactly.
to
To be able to create some sort of comfort with the clientele, which, to be completely honest, has faded to some degree because of things like Amazon. I don't think you have to have a definitive brand name anymore, because do you know the name of your vacuum cleaner?
Shark, maybe?
Shark,
I don't know.
maybe.
Sounds
be,
good, yeah.
Right, and I think
We're on our third one because we have a golden retriever. So
Yeah,
I mean,
and I have a dog, and
the
we
killer of
vacuum
vacuum
113 times a day, so I understand exactly what that is. But I think ours is a Shark as well, but I got it from Costco. But for a while, I bought like 3 or 4 from Amazon that didn't have a brand name that were exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's as important anymore. You know, even with the advent of things like Kia and Hyundai kind of coming up in the ranks as far as the less expensive cars becoming more expensive. There's a $80,000 Kia out there now.
I've got to tell you, right? My wife and I bought
They're
one
beautiful.
last year.
They're great
I
cars.
loved.
Yeah.
The first time I was driving it, it was on the road. So we drove it back from Portland, and it starts massaging my back. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh God, like what's
Yeah,
happening?
what is this? This is
great.
awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that turn of events has made it easier for things like Amway to exist even further beyond what they probably thought it was possible, because of the fact that the name doesn't necessarily drive the company more like it used to. In fact, a lot of those companies, when you start looking at the bigger names, I don't want to say anything for, you know, fear of getting in trouble for someone else, but there's a lot of huge companies out there that the deeper you dig, the worse the company is.
Yeah,
You know,
unfortunately.
when you start digging into the humongous companies, like, oh wow, so they're building their stuff in sweatshops, or they're underpaying their employees, or large corporations with theme parks and things are demanding things, and if you sign the wrong document, if you get injured on the property, you get nothing. So there's a back end where people are a little disenfranchised with that, I think. But back to the Amway business itself.